everybody, welcome to another video by Liminal Spaces. So today we are talking about another story by Philip K. Dick out of the Paycheck compilation. This one is called Expendable, and I had a blast reading this. It was super fun. It is bizarre. So in this story, there's a guy who starts to understand the language of insects. It opens with this guy probably going to work, comes outside onto his porch in the morning, and he's walking down his little driveway, and there's these two caterpillars, and one of them says something like, he's moving down the driveway, and the guy flips out, and he says, I heard that, and he whips around, and he stomps on the caterpillars and kills them. Okay, so he knows that he can hear things talking, and he knows that it's the insects that are doing the talking. So then he moves down the sidewalk. He's all kind of paranoid, and he ends up walking into a spider web. And that sort of freaks him out, and he sees the spider, but he doesn't hear any talking. So he doesn't know what he thinks of spiders, but he just gets out of there. He just gets the web off of him and goes running off. And he ends up getting on the bus and heading off to work. And he feels more comfortable on the bus than he did walking, outside by the hedges and all that kind of stuff. So then the story cuts to a group of characters in a meeting. And they're called the gods. And the gods have antennae. And they talk to each other. He says they touch their antenna together as they're talking, but I don't believe that's part of their communication. I think he's just showing off that they have antennae, I guess is the way to say it. But they're talking to each other, and they're saying, we need to kill him. We have to get rid of him. It's terrible that he understands what we're saying. And there's one god that's like, I don't believe we should do it. I feel bad for him. He can't help that he can understand us, and I don't think we should be violent like that. And everybody else is like, no, that's terrible. We need to get rid of him. So they take a vote, and they all decide that they're going to kill him. And then it cuts to two of them sitting together, and they're like, I really feel bad for him because he does not stand a chance. It must be terrible for him. So then we get back to the guy, and now it's nighttime, and he's moving back toward his house. As he's walking home, he hits the spider web again as he goes past the hedges, and he's like, ah. But then he actually does hear a voice, and the voice says something like, inside, wait, be careful, or something like that. So he panics, he runs away from that, and he gets to his house, he moves up his driveway, gets inside, everything's good. The light's off, he's standing right by the door, and he pauses for a moment, and he thinks, what did that spider say? Inside, wait. So he just stands there, right? And it's dark in his house. He can kind of see the floor. He can see where he's got a rug. It turns really dark on the floor where he's got a rug, and then there's a lamp beyond that. And he kind of starts moving towards the lamp, but he stops. And suddenly, the rug kind of undulates and comes tearing toward him in this huge wave. And he whips open the door and runs outside. And he realizes that it's ants. The entire rug was covered with ants. And now they're coming to kill him. So he turns on the hose, and he's got one of those sprinkler things where if you pull it, it shoots really hard. So he squeezes it really hard, and he squirts all the ants, and they all go flying off in different directions, and they run off into the grass all separated and ineffective, right? He kind of saves himself. And it freaks him out because he realizes that they are plotting this. They have decided that he needs to die, and that really scares him. So he runs inside, he slams the door, he goes upstairs, and he has, I don't understand what he has. Philip K. Dick calls it a spray gun. So I don't know if he took the hose into his house? Because I know when you let go of that, it stops shooting water. So maybe he's got the hose with him, but he's got this spray gun, right? And he's sitting at his desk and he's wondering about it. And all of a sudden, this little spider comes up. And the spider says, I want to tell you what's happening. And he's like, okay, go ahead. And the spider says, before humans arrived on this planet in their spaceship, the ants were the gods of the world. But when the humans arrived, there was a huge war. And the ants and the humans fought each other to the point that both of them forgot what it was like before the humans arrived. So humans don't remember that they come from another planet because of the terrible war that they fought. And the ants don't remember that they were the gods of the planet because of the terrible war that they fought. So now they both kind of live their separate lives. But every once in a while, a human can understand what insects are saying. And the ants decide to kill them when that happens. And the guy's like, oh man, what am I going to do? And the spider said that some more spiders come up, right? There's ones that are called, I can't remember if they're, I think the ants call the spiders eaters. Because, of course, the spiders eat the ants. But the spiders themselves have little names. I can't remember. I think one of them is called like a chomper or a chewer. But another one is like a stinger, and that's like the black widow. So there's these different type of spiders, and they kind of show up. And they say, don't worry. We believe that we can save you. We believe that we are going to win this fight. And as they're saying this, he suddenly hears under his floor all of this movement and all of this scurrying, and all these moths start hitting the windows. And he realizes that they have come back to attack again. And he's like, you think you can win this? And the spiders are like, yes, do not worry. We think we can win this. And he's like, good. And he's got his little spray gun, and the floor starts vibrating and breaking up. And he's like, I'm glad that you can save me. And the spiders are like, oh, no, I'm sorry. We didn't mean we could save you. No, you're going down. But we believe we can win the race for the humans. We believe the human race can survive. And the last line of the story is the guy saying, oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. And that's how it ends, right? The floor is about to bust up. This poor guy is about to be eaten alive by all manner of insects and killed. And the spiders are going to go on to try to win the war for the humans, with the humans, against the god ants. So that was a very interesting story for me. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of Twilight Zone-y, I felt, with that weird little twist right at the end. I'm a little bit paranoid about bugs. I don't like bugs. I'm not a big outside person, right? I like to watch movies and play video games and play board games. I generally kind of stay in the house. I think that kind of made this story more enjoyable for me because it's even more creepy, knowing how crazy bugs can be and how scary they can be. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a super great story. I do strongly recommend that you pick this up and that you try to read along. These stories are really excellent. This clearly isn't Philip K. Dick at his prime. This is just him getting there. And I really enjoy that, right? You can't compare this to Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, right? It's not there yet. But that doesn't matter. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's still good. It's still enjoyable. It's just not the Philip K. Dick that most people are used to. And that's all right. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more like this, make sure to subscribe. And have a great day.